Hey there, welcome in. It's Heather with Heather's Healing, and I'm here to take a look at career for Earth signs Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, and this is a timeless tarot reading. So let's go ahead and get started. So, the idea for this spread is to look at whether you should stay where you are at or uh, change careers or change jobs. So this will probably be a pretty quick reading for Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. I hope you guys are doing well. All right, let's go ahead and look at how do you feel about your current position? So your energy towards your job, your energy towards your job. Kind of funny. I've had a lot of readings lately focused around career. That's why a lot of personal readings. That's why I thought this would be fun to do. So feeling left out, unsatisfied, um, not feeling like you're receiving the respect that you deserve, probably not getting the pay that you feel that you deserved. Um, and overall, just a feeling of not belonging there, feeling like maybe you're not in the right place. Now, whether this is true or not, I don't know, but this is your energy towards your where you're working at. That's the Five of Pentacles, feeling like an outsider. Okay. So now let's take a look at regarding your job, earth signs. What is out of your control? What do you not have any control over? What is outside of your control? What is outside of your control? I didn't like that. What is outside of your control? We've got the Temperance card. Interesting card to get in this position. What is outside of your control with the Temperance? Not being listened to, not being heard. You can't make other people listen to you. You can't make other people take your concerns into account. So there it definitely feels like there is a disconnect between you and management, between those in charge. There's definitely a disconnect here. And there's also a feeling here, a lack of concern on their part, on management's part. It's kind of like an I don't care kind of an attitude, but you have no control over this. You have no control over whether you are heard, whether people listen to you. You have no control if these if management does not care about your well-being. You have no control over that. So I would definitely say that's definitely something to look at. That is a red flag. Your well-being matters. And if those in charge aren't listening to your concerns, which I'm sure are valid, I mean that's kind of a definitely a red flag there. Definitely a disconnect. The energy here feels very flat so far, but I mean, even your energy feels flat. If we look at this Temperance card as representing management, it feels very flat, flat, disconnected, not engaged with the work, not engaged with their responsibilities. Interesting. Okay. Let's take a look at what is in your control. What is in your control regarding work? regarding your career? What is in your control? What is in your control? We've got the Ace of Pentacles here. Great card to have. What is in your control? Searching out new opportunities, new resources, asking around. This is job hunting. This is in your control. This could also be looking for positions within the company that you are currently at. This could be, yeah, this is looking for new opportunities, and this is in your control. So, looking for new opportunities, this is in your control. I feel like that's kind of where we're leaning towards. This could be with a another company, or this could be looking for a position within the company that you're currently at. This is in your control. So maybe it's time to start job hunting. Maybe it's time to put your feelers out and see what's open, see what jobs are open, networking with other people, you know, put some feelers out there, see what opportunities are available. That is totally in your control. I also like that your energy is the card of your energy. This Five of Pentacles is facing the Ace of Pentacles. Almost kind of like a nod towards, yeah, this is the way to go. Okay, so let's take a look at possible outcomes of leaving. Possible outcomes of leaving. I originally was going to put this card underneath this card. Maybe I'll keep the spread the way I have it laid out. Okay. All right, possible outcome of leaving. What does that look like? Possible outcome of leaving. We have the Six of Cups here. Possible outcome of leaving. The first feeling and sense that I got was this is relocation. So, if you have been thinking about maybe possibly relocating or moving, this now might be the time. Changing your job might This might be the perfect time to change your job. That was the first sense that I got, that it's time to relocate. This could be going back to um a couple of things here. This could be going back to an old career or a previous employer. This could also be moving back to your home state or your home country, or wherever you came from. This could be moving closer to family, friends. This could be moving into an area or a place where you have um, more of a network. You have people you can lean on, people you can uh how do I want to say this? This is like having an emotional, not connection, just people that you can lean on. And you have emotional resources available. um Friends, family, old connections. Yeah, so I do kind of wonder if maybe part of you're feeling flat or feeling disconnected, maybe part of that isn't necessarily your job necessarily. It could be where you are at, where you are located at. It could be that you have disconnected from your emotional connections, friends and family. So maybe this isn't just about work. Maybe this is an opportunity to look at, have you isolated yourself? Have you cut yourself off from support, emotional support? Have you cut yourself off from people that matter? And if so, I would take a look at that and the reasons why you did that. There's nothing wrong with doing that. You probably had a very good reason. Um, but with this Six of Cups here, it's almost like an invitation to go home, an invitation to um like a reunion. I don't know. There's definitely something deeper here going on, and that's going to be different for each one of you. So I would say the possibilities, the possible outcome of leaving your job is reconnection, reconnecting with friends, family, people that matter. Um, it's more emotionally satisfying, but I wouldn't be surprised if you leaving your job means relocating as well. Interesting here, earth signs. Okay. Let's take a look at possible outcome of staying where you are. Outcome of just staying. Outcome of staying. Possible outcome of staying. Let's see what comes up. Hmm. We've got the Justice card here. Major Arcana card. Not a bad card to have here. Justice. This kind of makes me feel like whatever is currently going on with management, this imbalance of energy, not being heard, this flat, disconnected energy, this makes me feel like that could shift. If you stay, it feels like there is a possibility of this shifting. Maybe there's new management coming in. Um, this could also be you finding a position within the company that you are currently at, but it does feel like the energy balances itself out. Now, what that time frame is, that's kind of hard to tell. I'm not really picking up on anything necessarily right here with this energy. Um, it could be towards the end of the year. Libra is represented by the Justice card, and Libra season is in October. So there might be a shift around October. Again, this is a timeless tarot reading, so depending on when you are watching this video, that could be very soon, that could be a long ways away, but I do feel like there is a shift. So either way, whether you stay or whether you go, I don't feel like you can go wrong here. If you can deal with this energy a little bit longer, it does feel like there is a shift that comes in, probably new management, or you find a different position within the company that you work for. But if the reason that you are feeling isolated, flat, alone, disconnected, if that is because of um, where you are located and being physically disconnected from people you love and care about, maybe it's time to look at moving and seeking out a new career. Let's go ahead and pull one more card here for advice, final advice. Whoops. Final advice here. Final advice. We have yeah, we have the Eight of Swords. This is really taking the blinders off, seeing things for as it really is, and asking yourself some hard questions. what would make you feel more connected? What would make you feel more seen and more heard? What needs to happen for you to feel heard or to feel seen? I would start asking these questions and dig a little bit deeper into your situation, into why you are feeling disconnected, flat, lonely, isolated, left out. I think this goes much deeper than just not being happy at your job. So I would dig a little deeper there and see what comes up, because I feel like um you could have some blinders on. This could also be missing out on opportunities that might be staring you in the face right now, and you're just not wanting to see them, or maybe not willing to see them. Um, I would fill into this a little bit. Take the blinders off and find out what the true reason, what the core reason is for feeling this disconnection. Because I feel like for many of you, this goes way deeper than your job. Maybe you're putting a lot of the blame on your job, but I feel like it goes much deeper than that. All right, Earth signs, I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. If you would like a one-on-one, I can pull cards and we can look at your personal um, work situation, career situation, whatever. And the links for those readings are down below. Take great care, and I will talk to you soon. Hey there, welcome in, fire signs. It's Heather with Heather's Healing, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at whether you should stay where you are or you should leave in regards to your career. So, fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sag, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. This reading is for you. This is a timeless tarot reading, so anytime you are seeing this video, it's the right time. And we're looking at career. Should you stay or should you leave? Let's go ahead and take a look at your energy towards your career, fire signs. Nice. So you've got the Magician here. So I would say you are feeling empowered, challenged. You are enjoying what you are doing, feeling like you're on top, feeling like, yeah, feeling really empowered with what you do. That's a really nice energy here. So you probably are really enjoying your job. You're really enjoying what you do. Maybe you don't enjoy necessarily management or any of that, but you enjoy what you do. You are challenged, you're inspired, you feel very confident, you know what you're doing. Okay. So regarding your work, let's take a look at what is out of your control, because sometimes this gives us clues. Regarding your career, what is out of your control? What is out of your control? We've got the Six of Pentacles here. So this is a transactional energy. So I would say this is probably pay. You don't have a whole lot of control over pay, raises, bonuses, and maybe it feels like the amount of work that you produce, that you put out, isn't equal to what you are getting paid. However, I feel like you're okay with that because you do really enjoy what you do. Maybe there are other perks and bonuses and things that help balance that out. But yeah, I mean, and this isn't, I don't feel like you are too concerned with this, but this is definitely something out of your control. You have no control over maybe necessarily how work is distributed. Um, I'm kind of wondering if maybe that puts more work on you. Um, I feel like you can handle it right now if that is the case. But, you know, not having control over money, pay, bonuses, how work is distributed, and maybe at times feeling like more is put on you than is More responsibility falls on you than it falls on others. Okay. What is in your control, fire signs, regarding where you are currently employed? What is in your control? What do you have control over regarding work? We got the Three of Wands here. What is within your control? I wonder if you're waiting for something. You're waiting for someone to leave. This kind of feels like you're keeping your cards close to your chest. You've got a plan. That's what I feel like. I feel like you've got a plan. You have a plan to advance. You're just waiting. You're waiting for something to play out, but your energy towards your job, it is to climb the ladder. It is to the Three of Wands is expanding, growing, seeing new possibilities. This could also be seeing how things could work better within the company. So maybe you're coming up with a plan to a proposal, and maybe this has something to do with getting a raise, but I feel like you have a plan that you're going to be presenting around how things could run more efficiently, the improvements that you could help make within the company or within the department that you are in. But this is totally within your control. But I do feel like this is you have a plan. You have a plan of how you can grow or climb the ladder within the company that you're at. So this tells me that you're probably planning on staying. I mean, I guess. I guess. Uh I guess for some of and I'm going to make the assumption that this is a very small few of you. This could be planning to do something to disrupt the company or disrupt the department. This would be a very negative energy that I'm picking up on. And again, I don't feel like that's many of you. This would be this would probably be something that would land you in jail. So don't do it. But that does kind of make me laugh. I don't know. It was an odd little energy that came in, a spiteful energy. But overall, I feel like fire signs, you're looking at how to improve things, improve processes. This could also be with this magician here. This could be your business. You could be an entrepreneur. You could be a business owner. Um, and you're looking at how can I grow this business? How can we expand? How can we bring in more clients? How can I afford more employees? How can we structure things a little differently? So I do feel there's probably a lot of entrepreneurs in this group. So even if you are not a fire sign, but you are a business owner, an entrepreneur, this is probably a reading for you. How can you increase transactions, increase I wanted to say increase blood flow, increase money coming in, reduce money going out? This feels like growing and expanding. So very positive read. If you are a business owner, you're on the right track. I feel like you're taking the right steps to improve the business. You're headed in the right direction. All right. So for those that are working for someone, let's take a look at possible outcome of leaving. Possible outcome of leaving this company. What might that look like? Four of Swords. So I would say stay where you are unless, and I don't feel like this is you guys, I really don't, unless you're feeling really overwhelmed. There is an easier job out there. You could get a job with less responsibility that maybe would even pay similar, but I don't feel I feel like you need that challenge, so I think you would be very bored. But possibility of one of the outcomes of leaving and getting a different job would be you would have more time to rest, more time to chill out, maybe less responsibility, so less worry. But I kind of feel like I feel like you're really engaged with what you're doing. So I don't know that you're looking for an easier job. I think you would be bored. But just know that that option is out there if you wanted to leave. Maybe some of you, this is taking an extended vacation. Maybe some of you are just needing a break. This card could be talking about that too. Not necessarily leaving the company, but just taking a break. Recharge your batteries. All right, so possible outcome of staying. Possible outcome of staying where you are. For fire signs, possible outcome of staying. I really like your guys' energy here. You know, you've got the Two of Pentacles. Whether you stay, whether you go, I feel like it's best if you were to stay. It could be a little challenging to find the balance here. That could be part of this challenge. So I would say don't take on more than you can do. Make sure you have a nice balance between work life and home life, whether you have a family or not. Making time for yourself is really important. Taking time out for yourself is really important. So, you still have to find, you may be a workaholic, but you still have to find time to rest, relax, play, and have fun. So I feel like that could be the challenge if you stay. But overall, fire signs, I think staying where you are, I feel like this is a really good move for you. And your energy towards what you are doing is really positive. You feel very empowered. You see possibilities for growth and expansion where you are. Overall, I feel like this is a really good place for you. Advice and guidance. I also like when I see cards going in order. So we have one, two, three, and four. Again, that tells me like you're on the right track. So I would say continue doing what you're doing. Advice and guidance. Final card regarding career for fire signs. And yay, fire signs, I love this for you. Except for maybe that one person that I was picking up over here. um, okay, advice and guidance. Yeah, don't burn yourself out. You've got the Ten of Swords here. Advice and guidance. Don't burn yourself out. Don't take on too much. I would also say be mindful of your surroundings. Be mindful of maybe people wanting to stab you in the back. Uh, because you are on fire and you are really successful, you're empowered. There could be a lot of eyes on you. There could be people that are jealous of you. I'm wondering if maybe that's why I was picking up kind of a shady energy over here. I would say just be mindful. Don't be paranoid, but be mindful of the people that you confide in. Be mindful of your surroundings, and if you are in a place where you can fire somebody, if you notice someone that is spiteful, hateful, or could cause damage to you, your company, or others within your company, wait too long to get rid of that person. So that's my take on this reading here for fire signs looking at career. Hey, I'm really happy for you guys. I love this. I want this for me. So, congratulations, fire signs. Take great care. And if you have a situation that you'd like me to dive deeper in, you can book a personal reading, and the links are below. All right, take great care. Welcome in, water signs. So, if you are trying to decide if you should stay where you currently are employed or if you should leave, this reading is for you. This is a timeless tarot reading for water signs: Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. And I'm Heather with Heather's Healing. Thanks so much for being here. All right, so water signs, let's go ahead and take a look at your energy towards your job, your energy towards your work. For water signs, your energy towards your work. Nice. So you have the Three of Pentacles here. You're engaged. You are probably very skilled at what you do. You're good at what you do. You're good at working with others. So Three of Pentacles is teamwork. It's also showing off your skills, showing your work. Yeah, this is good. It's a very productive energy here. So you're engaged. You might not necessarily be super inspired by what you do, but you're good at it. You feel good about it. You're productive. You work well with the team. It's a nice energy here. Three of Pentacles. You could also, hold a role where, people come to you for advice. So you could be a lead or a boss or something like that. But you know what you're doing. You're good at what you do. You know what you're doing. People trust you. They trust your knowledge. They trust your skills. Okay. So let's look at what is outside of your control as far as work goes. What is outside of your control? So I feel like overall you probably like where you're at. And this is for water signs. All right, water signs, what is out of your control when it comes to work? Interesting card here. Um so Five of Pentacles, you probably don't have a say in the direction of the company. You probably don't have a say in who stays, who goes, how the money is allocated, um, which tells me you probably aren't in a high management position. But I'm also wondering if maybe if this card is representing management, uh, it could be management is a little questionable, maybe not very engaged in what they're doing, uh, maybe not very responsible. You have no control over that. And that could be a problem for you. I mean, if this card is representing management of any company, I would probably want to go the other way, because they're headed. This is like the energy of running a company into the ground. That's what I feel about this. Or this is a company that could be on the brink of bankruptcy, um, maybe restructuring. I mean, that's something that, take a look at. You don't have any control over that. Maybe you are aware of this, maybe you aren't. Definitely a loss of money here. Looking at it from a career standpoint, the company is losing money, or they're not managing money well. And again, this is something you don't have any control over. And that's a shame, especially if you really like what you do, you know? Okay. What is within your control? Many things are in our control. What is within your control regarding your career? Water signs. What's within your control? I wonder if some of these companies that I'm tapping into, if they're looking at restructuring or selling off, selling the company, restructuring, or selling off a portion of the company, maybe. Hmm. All right. Water signs. What is within your control as far as your career goes? We have the Queen of Swords in reverse. Interesting card here. Again, it kind of makes me feel like, I don't know. This kind of makes me feel like um, something, they're trying to hide something from you. But the Queen of Swords, what's within your control, pointing out what isn't working, pointing out, being very honest about what you're seeing, being very honest about maybe you have some ideas on how things could be structured or done differently that could improve the processes. Um, I would say also if you see if there are signs that the company is going to be going under, I would say don't keep your head stuck in the sand if that's the case. You know, you can love what you do and be really great at what you're doing, but if the company is going to be going under, maybe it's best to start to come to the truth of that right now rather than waiting until the doors are closed. I'm not saying that that's what's happening here in every situation. Again, this is a collective read, but I feel like there's something that you are choosing not to see or you're choosing to ignore, that that's really important or vital for you to see. And also, again, like I said, if speak up if you are seeing things going on that are not honest, truthful, without, if it's someone without integrity, like you point these things out, bring these things up. But overall, I feel like don't keep your head in the sand. Be really honest with yourself and what you are seeing. You might even want to Google the company, see what news articles come up. I've over the years, I've gotten a lot of information and heads up just by seeking out, um, just by Googling the companies I've worked for, and also just finding out what's happening within the industry that you're working in. You can get a good idea of what the undercurrent is. So I would do that, get information, and then, be really honest with yourself about the information that you are receiving. Possible outcome of leaving. All right, water signs, possible outcome of leaving your job. What do we have? Possible outcome. I didn't like that. Hold on. Knight of Cups. I do like this. This feels like a job offer coming your way, quite honestly. You could be receiving a job offer. I would really take a good look at that. Um, it might be just the thing that you need, but this does feel to me, this feels refreshing. This feels engaged. It feels like stepping out of your comfort zone for sure. But I feel like there are a lot of options for you out there if you left this job. I think you would be surprised at the options available to you. But the other thing that I feel about this is I feel like this isn't necessarily you seeking this out. I feel like these are opportunities that are finding you. So there could be a job out there that is more emotionally rewarding, more fulfilling. Um, your skills are better put to use. So I feel like it'd be very positive to if a job offer is coming your way, because again, I feel like these are offers coming towards you. I would seriously look at them. If you stay, possible outcome of staying. It's interesting because I do feel like this is not even you looking for a job, but again, like I said, a job finding you, someone offering you a job. Um, almost kind of like in the nick of time. That's kind of like what I feel here with water signs. Okay, so if you decide to stay, show us the possible outcome of staying. Possible outcome of staying. Uh, this is kind of what I was wondering. We have the Eight of Cups here, being forced to leave. Water signs, and again, this is a collective read, so this isn't going to apply to all water signs. Uh, but the majority, I start looking for another job. Start taking job offers that you're receiving seriously. Um, possibility of staying. You can stay, but it feels like you're going to be forced to leave. Whether you want to leave or not, this feels like being forced to leave. Um, so yeah, again, I'm just kind of wondering if these are companies that are folding, that are going under. I feel like you would have a sense of that, especially with this Queen of Swords over here. I feel like you have a sense of that. Maybe you're not wanting to see the writing on the wall. Maybe you're not wanting to see the red flags, but I feel like they are there. Water sign. So I guess you can choose you can leave on your own time or you can be forced out. That's what I'm feeling here. And if even if this is like a restructuring, maybe you're being forced out, you're being laid off, something like that. So water signs, use your own intuition for sure. Don't ignore the red flags and do what you feel is the best thing for you to do. And if you want to get a personal read, we can look into your personal situation. The links for a reading are down below. Let's go ahead and get it a final card, advice and guidance for water signs. Interesting reading though. Each one has been so different. All right, advice and guidance. Advice and guidance. Final card here. These have been fun readings to do. Yeah, we've got the five. Interesting. We got the Five of Swords here. The first thing I heard was cut your losses. Cut your losses and go. Don't, don't wait. It kind of feels like, the early bird gets the worm. I would start looking for another job. That's what I feel from this. The Five of Swords, it's the energy of winning at someone else's, at the cost of someone else's well-being. It can be cheating. It can be to me, this is cut your losses. That's what I feel. Cut your losses, walk away. Walk away while you can. I mean, it always feels better, I think, when you are making the choice to leave rather than be laid off, fired, pushed out, or even just showing up and the doors are locked and there's a sign on the door saying, "Hey, you guys no longer have a job." So it does look like there's some big shifts coming in for a lot of water signs regarding career, regarding jobs. So just sending you a lot of um sending you a lot of good energy and good wishes. Something I want to point out here, though, again, if this card is representing you to cut your losses and move on, I feel like, again, this is someone offering you a job. I like the energy of this Knight of Cups facing this card, you know? Maybe someone has recently reached out to you and offered you a job. It might not be your ideal job, but I would take it. And then, you can always keep looking for another job. All right, water signs, take great care of yourself, and I will talk to you real soon. Welcome in, air signs. It's Heather with Heather's Healing, and I'm here to take a look at whether you should stay at your current place of employment or leave. So this is going to be for Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. This is a timeless tarot reading. So anytime you are seeing this video is a great time, especially if you're questioning whether you should stay where you are working or if you should leave. All right, so for air signs, how do you feel? What is your energy towards your current position? What is your energy towards your job? Just shuffle one more time here. Air signs. Nice. You've got the sun. So your energy overall towards your job is content, happy. You feel like it's going somewhere. Although I will say I do feel a little bit of a disconnected energy here. So maybe you're thinking that there could be something better out there for you. Um, but overall, this is a really nice energy. Sun card is one of the best cards in the whole deck to get, and you have it here. This is your energy. This is how you are feeling towards your job, feeling very optimistic, connected, happy, hopeful. You feel very successful. You are, I would say you're probably happy with the pay that you're receiving, the way you're being compensated. You're feeling really good about this. Okay. Let's take a look at what is outside of your control in regards to work. And maybe the air signs out there are really enjoying what they do. It seems that way. Okay, what is outside of your control as far as your career goes? What is outside of your control? We've got the Empress. We have a lot of major arcana cards here. Um, what is outside of your control? We've got the Empress. I keep going into, money here. I'm wondering if you are um if you're topped out as far as where you are working at, the company that you are with. I'm wondering if you have gone as far as you can go. That's kind of what this is feeling like here, especially with the Sun card, feeling happy, content, being well compensated. What is outside of your control is the amount of money you can make. It does kind of feel like you might be topped out wherever you are at. Not a bad thing, but if you're wanting to grow and expand, you could be feeling very stuck where you are with the Empress card here. Positive card to have. But yeah, not you don't have control. You can't make any more than what you're making within the position that you hold. You don't have any control over that. I do like the energy of this. So I feel like where you are at, it feels like it's fairly it's managed well, it's managed fairly, but I do wonder if you are topped out wherever you are at. What's within your control as far as work goes? What's within your control? Yeah, I'm kind of wondering if maybe you're just bored. Maybe you've been doing the same thing for a long time. You're super great at what you do. Maybe you're wanting more of a challenge. All right, air signs. What is within your control? What is within your control? We've got the 5 of cups here. It's an interesting energy here because you've got the sun card. I'm wondering, I mean, is there some delusion here? Are you pretending to be super happy and you're not? Are you pretending to be okay with your job and and you're not? Maybe you feel like maybe you feel like you should be grateful for the job that you have. Hmm. Uh, Interesting. I mean, that would kind of go into the feeling slightly disconnected, that energy that I was kind of feeling, that slightly disconnected from what you were doing. So we've got the 5 of cups. What is in your control? This is a weird reading. I'll be honest here. This is kind of weird. I'm feeling a lot of regret. So regretting a choice, regretting a decision. I don't know. Did you accept a position and now you're regretting it? Maybe there's a need here to allow yourself to feel whatever you're feeling and not try to sugarcoat it or act like things are okay if they're really not. You know, you have what is within your control, feeling how you feel, being honest about that. And if you aren't, I don't know, maybe you bit off more than you can chew. Maybe you took on too much responsibility and it's feeling overwhelming. All of those things could be coming up. But I do kind of feel an energy here of regret. So I would say allow yourself to feel how you feel. you know, and maybe some of you are bored. Maybe you're just bored with what you're doing. It's not that you dislike what you do. You've just become bored with it. I think it's important to feel how you feel. How do you really feel about what you are currently doing, where you are currently at? Because obviously there's something here. There's emotions or something that you are ignoring. And again, I'm feeling the energy of regret here. The 5 of Cups can also talk about loss and grief. But I'm feeling regret. So maybe, you know, regretting a decision that you recently made. Or maybe you didn't even recently make it, you know. Interesting. And sometimes the energy of the sun can be a facade. um And this is your energy, so this could be the energy that the face that you put on every day, and maybe it's a face that you put on for yourself, but maybe that's not really how you are feeling. Okay, let's take a look at possible outcome of leaving. If you were to leave your job, what is a possible outcome? Possible outcome of leaving. Yeah, are you lying to yourself about something? Are you choosing not to see something? I don't know. All right, possible outcome of leaving for air signs, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Strength. Another major arcana card here. These are huge energies. So we have the strength card. Um, Possible outcome of leaving, I think being challenged. I feel like some of you might just be really bored and you've became complacent where you're at. Um, I like the strength card. But it does offer a challenge. So I would say possible outcome of leaving is being challenged. And maybe that's what you're wanting. Maybe you are needing to mix it up. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe you're needing a challenge here. Have you been selling yourself short or playing small? Hmm. I know there's something I'm not getting about the sun here, but that's okay. Maybe it's time for you to move on. Maybe it's time to challenge yourself. So, possible outcome of leaving is being challenged. And maybe that's what you need. I don't know. Possible outcome of staying. If you choose to stay, let's take a look at the possible outcome of staying. Hmm. We have the Two of Swords. It's getting more of what you already have. That's what I'm feeling here. So if you are feeling stuck, if you're feeling bored, if you're feeling complacent, if you are feeling dull, you're going to get more of that. It doesn't really seem like anything is going to be changing here with your career, and that could be. I mean, maybe that provides an amount of safety that feels really comfortable for you, and you want that. uh, I'm kind of wondering if you are wanting more of a challenge. And you stay because you're comfortable, you know what to expect. There's a lot of safety in that. Um, I'm also wondering if maybe some of you turned down an opportunity and that's the regret that you're having. I would say out of the two outcomes, I would accept the challenge. So seeking another job. Um, The other thing that I'm feeling with this is maybe you just need a challenge. Going back to school, challenging yourself. If you're not ready to leave your job yet, this could be going back to school. This could be seeking engagement in another way, challenging your mind in another way. So, going back to school, a hobby, or something that is going to really challenge your engagement, get you thinking, get you feeling really inspired. So that could be something you do outside of your career. Let's pull a final card here. General advice and guidance for air signs regarding career. And the whole reason why I wanted to do these readings is a lot of the personal readings that I've been doing have been really focused heavily around career. All right. Advice and guidance for air signs regarding work, career, how they make their money. You've got the 10 of wands here. So, yes, challenge yourself, but don't take on more than you can chew. Don't totally drain your energy. Where this is a 10 card, I kind of feel like this again is an invitation to move in a different direction. Maybe this chapter of your career needs to end. Maybe you've gone as far as you can go, and it's time to move on. It's time to challenge yourself. Sometimes when you stay complacent or you stay safe, it can be more draining on your energy than if you are challenging yourself with a new opportunity. Um, Especially if you're feeling kind of bored. And again, I felt a little bit of a disconnect with your energy. So you feeling a little disconnected from work. And that could be because you are so good at what you do. You're on autopilot all day, which can be really nice, but not all the time. So I feel like you're being invited to challenge yourself. But, don't wear yourself out. Don't break yourself. But take on a new challenge. Do something that is going to break you out of feeling complacent. Do something that's going to challenge your mind, that's going to be inspiring, that might inspire you to, I don't know, move in a different direction. I'm kind of wondering if maybe you just need a hobby. I don't know. I do feel like you're being challenged. Find a challenge. I feel like that's kind of the overall thing here, even if you stay at your current place of employment. I feel like you need something else to stimulate you, to engage your mind, to engage you emotionally. There's another piece here that's missing. A need for a challenge. And maybe if you are feeling regret about something, take a look at that and why are you regretting this decision that you made regarding work or a missed opportunity. I would take a look at that. All right, air signs, I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. And if you'd like to take a look at your personal career situation, you can book a one-on-one. The links are below, and take great care of yourself.